In 2013, Skoda brought out the Mark III Octavia, their most popular car in the range. 4 years on, they've now given it a bit of a midlife facelift in order to keep the car looking fresh and up to date for new buyers. These updates include new LED headlights, which also have a split headlight design, LED tail lights, a new infotainment system, and a raft of new options and safety features. Inside the Octavia, you'll find the main change is the new infotainment system. As standard, all Octavias come with an 8-inch touchscreen display, and on the VRS you also get sat-nav included. You can upgrade to a 9.2-inch system, but personally I wouldn't recommend doing this, as you do lose out on the shortcut buttons on the side, which makes navigating the menu system whilst driving quite tricky. With the VRS you still get the lovely figure-hugging one-piece seats and the leather flat-bottom steering wheel. If I did have one negative, however, it would be that it is quite dark and gloomy in here, and if with this dark lining, and if you can go for a sunroof, I would definitely opt for it. Sat in the back of the Octavia and all is well. The driver's seat is set to my driving position and I got plenty of knee room and headroom. That being said, I am only 5'7" tall and 5'7" wide, but you'd have no trouble getting 6-footers sat in the back here. You can get 3 people sat alongside each other, however the one sat in the middle will have a little bit of a tight squeeze, especially with the transmission tunnel coming up through the floor. And for those with a growing family, you have got 2 ISOFIX supports as standard. Now you may be thinking with the Octavia's shape that it's actually a saloon car, but believe it or not, it is a hatchback, and as a result, lifting the boot reveals the largest boot in its class at 590 litres. For added practicality, you can go for an estate version, and that brings the load bay up to 610. But it also comes with lots of little nice features, such as a ski chute in the centre for putting long items through the back rear seats, little levers to pull the seats down from the boot area, a 12-volt socket, and there's even underfloor storage, which you can have a space saver spare wheel if you want it. So we're about to go for a drive in the VRS, and I can tell you the driving position is really good, and there's plenty of adjustment in the seat and also in the steering wheel. All-round visibility is okay, but in the hatchback, rear visibility is quite poor, and that's due to that kind of saloon shape that the Octavia has. Engines-wise, well, the VRS still carries the 2-litre diesel with 184 brake horsepower and the 2-litre petrol. However, the petrol has had a slight power increase up to 228 brake horsepower, but also 245 for a special edition model. Now, we'll note that that 245 version has got a lot of extra standard kit and is a little bit more expensive, but it does come with things such as a front limited slip differential to help improve handling. That being said, standard equipment on the VRS is actually really good. You've got full LED headlights and taillights that are automatic, cruise control, lane departure assist, we've got that 8-inch touchscreen with sat-nav built in, DAB, Bluetooth, you even get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and even dual zone climate control and parking sensors at the back. So it's a really well spec'd out car as a standard model. Of course, with Skoda now you can add options to the car, and this car has got several. So we've got the race blue metallic paint to give it that sporty look. We've also got the Black Pack Plus, which adds things such as the 19-inch alloy wheels that really do stand out, the black wing mirror covers, a black chrome surround on the grille, and tinted windows. On the inside we got a winter pack, which gives us a wonderful heated windscreen, heated front seats, and also heated washer jets. We've also got something called dynamic chassis control, which is a new addition to the facelifted Octavia. And what that does is it adds an additional drive mode to the drive mode selector. So you have your usual ones, your normal, sport, eco and individual, and I'm not going to go too much into them. But you also get now comfort with the DCC. And I will say, on these 19-inch alloy wheels, if you drive in normal mode, you can feel all the little imperfections on the road, and it does hamper the ride quality. But with the DCC, you put it into comfort mode like I'm in now, and it's ironed out all those little imperfections, it's ironed out all those bumps, and a majority of potholes that I've gone over, you don't feel them. It actually absorbs them really well, so you don't feel it in the cabin. It makes the VRS, particularly in this diesel 4x4 DSG guys, a perfect long-range cruiser. But at the push of a button, I can put it into sport mode. It makes, does put a little bit of a smile on my face, and it does change the sound in here. But with that DCC, it's added a real extra element and an additional kind of, well, string to the VRS's bow. And that's something I would definitely recommend, especially if you go for those 19-inch alloy wheels. So how would I sum up the VRS? Well, if you're after an out-and-out hot hatch, this is not the car to go for. What I would say is the Octavia VRS is a jack of all trades. Does everything really well, but not one thing perfectly. Okay, in hatchback guys, it's definitely the most practical, but everything else it just does really well, but doesn't stand out in any one area. If you wanted the best driver's car, then with the petrol version, then you'd look at something like a Golf GTI or something like the new Hyundai i30N. But that's one of the reasons why I love the VRS. Yes, they could give it 300 brake horsepower and put it alongside the likes of the Golf R and the Seat Leon Cupra, but it would fall short dynamically, and you would go for those two cars rather than this. And that's why I love the fact that the VRS comes with a maximum 245 brake horsepower. That's still enough power to put a smile on your face, and even more so when you've got your partner with you, kids in the back, and all their luggage in the boot. There's no other hot hatch, or hatchback should I say, that does that. And that's why I love the VRS. It actually has a special place in my heart. Yes, okay, I used to own one, but it just did everything perfectly. And that's the thing. VRS owners love it, and they wouldn't change it for the world. It just does everything really well. And then you see the boot size, and it just makes it the ideal family car. And then add to that, you've got the DSG gearbox, you've got a diesel engine, and even this 4x4 version, and you've got a perfect motorway cruiser. It makes the VRS a perfect all-rounder, and it's one of the reasons that I hope Skoda never do away with the VRS badge. And I can't see the VRS or even the Octavia going anywhere soon. It's that much of a cult icon, and that's why I love it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I also want to say a big thank you to Lancaster, Skoda and Milton Keynes for loaning me this VRS. Their details should be going across the bottom of the screen, and I also have their contact details in the description. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like it, subscribe by hitting that red button below, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. In the meantime guys, have yourselves a great weekend and a great time, and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care.